Good morning. Welcome to the section of grade 12, the factor and remainder set theorem. This section of work is applicable for both the mathematics and the technical mathematics learners. We're going to solve cubic expressions. The theory that we need to understand is the remainder theorem. If fx is divided by x minus a, then the remainder is fa. That means x equal to the opposite sign of this, x equal to a, I substitute into the fx expression. So wherever x equal to a, I replace a with x, and that answer will give me the remainder. For example, determine the remainder of fx equal to 2x cubed minus 4x squared plus x plus 2 when divided by x plus 1. So now we're going to take the opposite sign here, x equal to -1, and replace x with -1 and substitute it into the expression. Your answer will be the remainder. So the f of -1 is 2 times -1 cubed minus 4 times -1 squared, -1 plus 2. If you simplify that, the answer is -5. So the remainder is -5. The next example, we're going to determine the value of m if the remainder of fx is equal to x cubed minus x squared plus m minus 12. The remainder is 10 when that polynomial is divided by x minus 2. So they're basically saying x equal to the opposite sign, the f of 2 will give you an answer of 10. If I substitute f of 2, x equal to 2 into the expression, that expression will equal to 10, and I can solve for m. So 10 is equal to 2 cubed minus 2 squared plus 2 -12. Now this is 8 minus 4 is 4, minus 12 is -8. Take -8 across, becomes plus 8, plus 10 is 18, so m is equal to 18. A factor is a number that divides exactly into another number with no remainders. For example, what are the factors of 12? 12 divided by 1 is 12. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 12 divided by 3 is 4. 12 divided by 4 is 3. 12 divided by 6 is 2. 12 divided by 12 is 1. Every time 12 gets divided by each of these numbers, the answer is a whole number. There's no remainders. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6 are factors of 12 because the remainder is 0. Now to find the factors of x squared, -6x, -6, I let it equal to 0. And I find for which x values will the left-hand side equal to 0. This here is a quadratic equation, so I can factorize. The factors of x squared is x times x. The factors of 6 is 6 and 1, 1 and 6, 3 and 2, 2 and 3. I'm going to use 3 and 2. Negative here says opposite sign. I'm going to put the negative with the 3 and the positive with the 2. Let's see if it works out. The last by last is 2x, and the first by last is 2x. The second by the first is -3x. If you add -3x and 2x, you get -x middle term. So these are the correct factors. So x minus 3 times x plus 2 is 0. So x minus 3 is 0. So x is 3. X plus 2 is 0. So x is equal to -2. The remainder and the factor theorem. You need to visualize factors and remainders, and you need to calculate the remainders giving factors. Right, example, find the factors of the cubic expression. To find the factors of fx equal to x cubed plus 3x squared -x -3, we first got to find our first factor. So we're going to try the f of 1, f of -1, f of 2, f of -2 until we get 0. The f of 1 is 1 cubed minus 3 times 1 squared minus 1 minus 3, and the answer is 0. So if f of 1 is 0, then x minus 1, opposite sign, is a factor. The theory that we are using, if x minus p is a factor of fx equal to ax squared plus bx plus c, then the f of p is 0. So if x minus 1 is a factor of that, then the f of 1 is 0. Note that if 1 did not equal 0, we would have to try -1, 2, -2, 3, -3, until the remainder equaled 0. Now solving cubic equations. Solve for x if fx is equal to x cubed minus x squared -8x plus 12. We're going to try the f of 1. F of 1 is 1 cubed minus 1 squared minus 8 times 1 plus 12. The answer is 4. So f of 1 does not give me a remainder of 0. So f of 1 is not a factor. I now try x minus 1 is not a factor. Now I try 2. 2 cubed minus 2 squared minus 8 times 2 plus 12. That's 8 minus 4 minus 16 plus 12 will give you 0. So x minus 2 is a factor. If the f of 2 is 0, then x and the opposite side, x minus 2, is a factor. Now I've got x minus 2. I need to find out what this expression is. So x minus 2 times what will give me x cubed negative x squared negative 8x plus 12. Let's have a look. I'll explain that now. I'm going to say first times what will give me first. X times what will give me x cubed, x squared. X times what will give me x cubed. Then I divide it by x, that is equal to x squared. Again, first by what will give me x cubed. X times x squared gives me x cubed. That's how I find this term. Then I say last times what will give me last. -2 times -6 gives me 12. -2 times what will give me 12. Divide it by -2, so that is equal to -6. So my last term is -6. So I say first times first gives me first, last times last gives me last. Now I need the middle term. The middle term must be in terms of x. So I say first times last is -6x plus what will give me -8x. Remember, this is a trinomial. This must be in terms of x. So I say first times last. X times -6 is -6x plus what will give me something in terms of x, -8x. Take that across. -8x plus x is -2x. So the middle term, yeah, I need to get -2x. So -2 times plus 1x will give me -2x. So remember, it's first by last, and then it's second by the middle. And that must give you -2x, because -6x and -2x gives you -8x. Now that I've got the factors of that trinomial, this is x minus 2, which I rewrite, and the factors of x squared plus x minus 6 is x plus 3, x minus 2. So x minus 2 is 0, so x is 2. X plus 3 is 0, so x is -3. X minus 2 is 0, so x is equal to 2. Right, now the last sum. Solve for x if fx is equal to 2x cubed -7x squared plus 2x plus 3. The first thing I'd try is 1. F of 1 is 2 times 1 cubed minus 7 times 1 squared plus 2 times 1 plus 3 is 0. Therefore, x on the opposite side, x minus 1, is a factor. So to solve for this, we're going to let it equal to 0, and x minus 1 is the first factor. I need to find this trinomial, because this times the trinomial will give me the expression. So once again, I say first times what gives me 2x cubed. 2x times 2x squared will give me 2x cubed. First times first gives me first. Now, -1 times what will give me +3, -3. And I need to get the middle term. So I say x times -3 is -3x, but I need +2x. So -3x plus 5x will give me +2x. So -1 times what will give me 5x. -1 times -5x gives me 5x. Right, I'm going to re-explain that concept again. I say x times what gives me 2x cubed. X times what gives me 2x cubed. Divide that by x, divide that by x, so that is 2x squared. First term, 2x squared. The -1 times what will give me 3. -1 times what gives me 3. Divide that by -1, divide that by -1. So that is -3. So my last term is -3. To get the middle term, I say first times last. X times -3 is -3x plus what must give me 2x. Because this here is a trinomial, the middle term must be in terms of x. That's why I worked with x. X times -3, -3x plus what will give me 2x. So I take that across, becomes +3x, 2x plus 3x is 5x. So -1 times -5x gives me +5x. So x minus 1 remains. The factors of that is 2x plus 1 and x minus 3. So x minus 1 is 0, so x is 1. 2x plus 1 is 0, x is -half, x minus 3 is 0, so x is equal to 3. This now brings us to the end of the session. We will continue with the factor theorem in the calculus chapter.